max volume.
Okay. Just okay. Wanna see well a whole bunch of other stuff. Not even seeing what this is. Bro, what is wrong with this? Hello, hello? What is going on? Oh my god, dude. Literally everything is like lagging. So frustrating. Okay, hello, hello? Alright. Sounds fine. Let's see. Yeah, let's review it.
In Ides Elysiae, I crossed paths with Cyrene and reconnected with Scrulum and Herta. They revealed that the world-bearing Coreflame must be secured in the world's next cycle. But Lycus would stand in our way. Only with the power of the law could we hope to oppose him. We returned to the era of the first flame chase journey,
Everything sounds
where we
fine.
met the flame chase heroes of old, including the monarch Ceridra, the Chrysos heir of law, and Hycelid, the Chrysos heir of the ocean, who served her. To ignite law, we needed to overcome Fagusa, who had sealed the vortex. However, we discovered at the rallying feast before the battle that Lycus had already forged a pact with the reigning Ceridra. During our clash, I was cast out of this world, and Ceridra broke her alliance with Lycus. Guided by Herta's hints, I obtained the Garden of Recollection's aid and left Lycus's cage. Within the path space, a mysterious guest bearing the likeness of March 7th, Evernight, appeared with the world-bearing Coreflame and sent me back to Amphorius. While I was away, 1,000 years had passed in Amphorius. Amidst the desolation of Akama, Cyrene left behind memories of a long war between the Chrysos heirs and Lycus. Their sacrifices laid the groundwork for my return, and with it, the Era Nova. In the illusions of Styxia, the tales of Hycelid and the first flame chase journey were unveiled to me. Hycelid, who had been waiting in the ocean's depths, led me to the vortex. There, Lycus emerged, revealing his true identity. Genius Society Number 1, Xandar. High Sealans and I couldn't stand against Xandar alone. But the geniuses and Cyrene acted just in time, wielding the power of the remembrance to drive him back. I successfully reversed the course of the Era Nova, delaying the birth of Iron 2. However, another force now seems to be stirring.
Alright, right before I start this. So I was actually um streaming on YouTube the last couple days. Well, not yesterday, but the other days before. And I was playing Star Rail. Oh, by the way, I lost the 50-50 on Surudra on my other account. So I got Fushwan. Ay, ay, ay. Ridiculous. I wanted to win that, bro. And then if I lose to Evernight, then honestly, it really didn't even matter. Because I don't even have anybody that could even go with her on that account anyway. But anyways, so but while I was streaming that, and I was finally finishing the Bellabog story, uh, I came across some new theories that I have, and I wonder if this is gonna end up being true. So I still, have my deranged theory, Marsh being Polka, and I've said this many times before. I'm sticking with that to the very end until they tell me that that's not the case. Then I'm gonna keep believing it's true. But yeah. And then like in the other streams before, Lygus has a secret motive within Amphorius. That is not only to kill Noose, it's to figure out what is divinity. And he's doing it by using Finon and Cyrene, and now the Trailblazer also. So I already explained all stuff like that. And then the Trailblazer being obviously the Trailblaze, and Cyrene representing finality, and then her marrying like the humanity within Amphorius to make it real and no longer simulation. And then the Trailblazer will write it into existence, so then it will become real within the universe. Yeah, stuff like that. But, however, this I did not say on Twitch. Again, I did say this on YouTube because I was streaming there the last couple days. But, yeah, because I saw March's trailer and it showed Foley's body being destroyed and turning into like thousands of pieces. And then one of the pieces was March, and then which is like a crystal. And then the crystal moved, and then it showed like all the other crystals still like floating around. And then when it comes together and it creates, well, to me, it looks like it creates the infinite like shape of Amphorius. Like so, I wonder if Foley is actually literally Amphorius, if that makes sense. Like he is like the living embodiment of the infinite shape, and then the stuff inside the shape is obviously the scepter, because it creates a simulation and whatnot. But as far as like the outside form of it, again, like the infinite loop, I wonder if that's actually fully. That I had that one, and then I had another one with the path space, which I finally remember what that thing is called. Because I always forget, and then I always say the place where like you be getting the new powers like as the trailblazer, or even like in the last quest, um when you're walking through the path space with March, and then the memo keepers are trying to convince her to go back, and then Cyrene meets her, and then March keeps going forward and whatnot. So that place right there, which hopefully we'll end up seeing again, and then I'd be like, oh, you see, this is what I'm talking about. But just in case if we don't, I'm just gonna say it now. But yeah. So I believe the path space is where Celestia and Tibet was originally at. And the reason why I say that is because of the gold beam that's like right in the middle of like that like weird like tornado looking thing like in the middle. Because in the Genshin trailer that they showed like months ago, or animation video, I guess same, all the stuff is the same thing to me. But anyways, um uh yeah, and that myriad trailer or animation thing where it showed the shades, when they met as Celestia, and then had that golden like beam in the middle, and it was like pointing like all the way up like towards like the void. And if you go to the path space in Star Rail and you look all the way up, it's basically almost the same thing. Like the beam goes like into the void. So I was thinking that what if the siblings actually complete the stuff that they're supposed to do and destroy Celestia, and then they give like the universe like a new order to like follow. So everything is not under the banner of Celestia. Because not only of like the golden beam, then all like the whole like not really floor, but the place like you walk on when you're usually walking towards like the golden beam, there's like just uh like rocks and stuff like everywhere. So it looks like all that stuff like formed into a planet originally. So what if that was actually Tibet? That Tibet got destroyed, Celestia got destroyed, and now since there's like a new order or no order at all, then everybody has like their own path to do stuff, or like a new path to follow. I hope I'm making sense. It will make more sense if we actually go to the place, and then I could, show you exactly what I mean. But right now, it just had to be like based off memory, and if people watching this actually knows what the path space is. Again, and that will also have to be on their memory also. But yeah, so I actually came up with that theory when I was doing the Bellabog quest, and in my other account on YouTube, because it makes sense also, because the beam is exactly the same, like exactly the same, and then like the all again like the rubble and rocks and stuff like that, it looks like a planet was originally there, and obviously is destroyed. So now that it's destroyed, and there's no order. Everybody chooses to follow like their own path. And then that's why you have like the tornado thing around like the golden beam, because that's representing like the new order, which is like the paths, which is the stuff we see now in Star Rail. But yeah, I actually came up with that theory, that the path space was actually where Tibet and Celestial was originally. But then, like I said, again, the travelers destroyed the old order and created a new, and that's where paths come into play. And then, of course, the traveler being the first, to trailblaze. I don't think they are, uh, Machiavelli, or again, if that is his name. I always say Machiavelli, which is like the Eon of the Trailblaze, because, well, again, that goes into my theory about Trailblaze and finality being like connected. But I'll just briefly explain that. Um, so I believe like in basically like every cycle of the universe, the only two eons that always stays the same or like pathwise, like continues even into the next universe or the cycle of the same universe, is the trailblaze and finality. So there's two ways that it could go for both of them. Is um, finality happens, and then a cycle begins, and then it will be the previous trailblaze eon. When he goes into the next one, it would either be them passing the torch or them continuing all the way into the end, and then them um like giving like eonship again, almost like another passing of the torch to basically like someone else. Or it could be like again, like they trailblaze all the way through, and then the strongest like path strider will end up taking eon position once they die. So it would be something like that. And then for finality, it's basically the same thing. Like when finality happens, they either go into the next one and still be finality, or they just completely die. And then in the next cycle, it will just pick like a new finality eon. But to me, those two always are like the same. Like they will always be in every cycle of the universe. And then that also kind of ties into the whole Amphorius thing, which also ties into Lygus having his secret motive, which I think is finding out what is divinity. And in order to do that, he had to create, which basically exactly what he did. He had to create this psychotic freaking world of a simulation where it's just endless suffering and torture and whatnot. And that, well, of course, other stuff happened in between, like the eternal reoccurrence. But stuff like that, Ligus just ends up adapting to it anyway, so it's it really doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm just talking like his main, like his main, like the main thing he's trying to do within his secret motive, like if that makes sense. Because obviously he wants to kill Noose. That's like his main thing, like entirety. But I feel like he still has something else, like in between. And one of them, again, is finding out what is divinity. and he's trying to figure that out using Finon and Cyrene. Especially that they were the ones who reached the end of the first cycle, and then all this again crazy shit happens, and then the eternal reoccurrence, and then him having to adapt with his stupid ass algebraic quadratic equation nonsense. Um, and then what you call it? Yeah, and then um, him letting stuff play out just so his main like or like his secret like motive can keep on like happening. I hope I'm explaining that right. That don't sound too confusing. But basically, what I think it is, it's him using Finon and basically replicating the exact same stuff that happened to Nanook. And since the same thing is happening to Finon that happened to Nanook, then Ligus is able to connect the dots and do his, again, quadratic algebraic equation crap. I'm just gonna say algebraic equation. Um, but yeah, him doing all that nonsense, he's gonna be able to figure out exactly how people are ascended to Eonhood, which is something that Noose doesn't know. But yeah, and then oh no, I already explained the fully body. Oh, but with me saying that, uh, I've also forgot to mention this. But now it makes so much sense of why Fully gazed upon Cyrene. Because if it is the case that Euphorius's body is actually made of Fully's real body, then when like all the stuff that they did is like a monumental moment throughout the cosmos, even if it is a simulation. And the reason why I say that is because the simulation people, Fina and Cyrene, realized that they were fake and the sky was fake. And then at the very end, when they meet Ligus, and then they like fight him, and then they create the eternal recurrence and stuff like that. Like, is basically showing like something. What's the best way to put it? It's kind of similar to what I kind of say about the Bang Boos. Like they're like robots, but then the Lady Sunbringer tried to make them like sentient, so they could almost be human-like. Like they kind of have like feelings and whatnot. Is I think is almost the same thing with this, and I think that's why I fully gazed upon, especially Cyrene, because she was the one that figured it out first, and she was the one that created the occurrence, and so on and so on. So, like I said before, like it's a monumental moment because it's something that's like not real, like a simulation, like all like a whatever you want to call it, like a virus or a robot or which that's not accurate, but I'm basically trying to compare it to stuff that's like not real. Like they can't like feel anything like in the real universe or whatever. Because again, Euphorius is a simulation. But when the stuff that Cyrene did, like she broke this simulation and she basically almost became real. So she became almost like sentient like, if that makes sense. So since that's like the first time that something like that ever happened in the universe, of course Fu Li, again, if his body is there, which I think it is, then of course Fu Li himself would gaze upon Cyrene to record that moment. Because that's like a monumental moment. That's like a memory that can never go away or like escape. Like they have to capture that memory. Because again, this is like the first time something like this ever happened throughout the whole universe. Like a simulation becoming like a sentient being. So yeah, I think that's why Fumi gazed upon Cyrene. And then this part I explained before also. I did it on Twitch and YouTube. Oh my gosh, sorry. Keep hiccuping. Jesus Christ. Whew. God damn, dude. But yeah, and then I also explained this on YouTube when I first was thinking of Foley's body and all these new theories that was coming to my mind. Um, yeah, we know that the character's path, like in the game, so like Rappa being erudition, it doesn't follow the same path of like her story. And what I mean by that is the character path, like the playable one, is the stuff that like makes a person become that, if that makes sense. So like Rappa being the whole science experiment and and then her, her or not really her, the scientist put the stuff into her memory or into her mind that she was living like in a whole ninjutsu, anime type stuff. So again, like a science experiment. So she's erudition made. So that's her character path or her playable path. That's probably a better way to put it. Her playable path is erudition. So that makes sense. But her story path, like once you play the story in Penacony, and then you find out that she's really Hunt because she's part of like the Galaxy Rangers, and then she's hunting for Dr. Primitive, and so everything is like the Hunt related. So we know there's a difference between the two. You have the playable, and then you also have the actual story path. So, yeah, I brought that up as an example, just to say, which again, I said this before, but I'll re-say it again. Um, I think Cyrene is exactly the same thing. And that's why in her drip marketing, she's remembrance. Is because is like I said before, it's like fully like gazed upon her like like the simulation becoming like sentient, becoming real, and then also her becoming like mem with the Trailblazer. So all that stuff is like remembrance related. So that's like the stuff that made her into remembrance, which that also includes the playable path. But her story is gonna be finality. Watch. The story is gonna be finality. Because I can already see this at the very end. And again, um I said this on YouTube the other day, but I'll say it here. Uh I don't know if it's really considered like cheating, but since I played Honka Impact Third and I've been watching like more videos on it, like I kind of know exactly what happens with uh, Alizii, which is like the Cyrene variant of Star Rail. And even though everything is not this exactly the same, but like the main, like some of the main plots between the two games is still kind of the same. So, but in Cyrene's case, in Cyrene and Elysiai's case, is basically almost like identical, like damn near almost the same. So at the very end, I think both of them, well, obviously, in Hunker Impact Third, she marries humanity and then she dies and whatnot. So I think that's gonna happen in Star Wars also, and that's why I think she's finality because it will be the Trailblazer writing a new story, like trailblazing through Euphorius. Oh, I also forgot to mention this little part, which also connects to the whole trailblazing finality. That that while Lycus was trying to figure out what is divinity using Phynon, that he had to create like a simulation of the universe. So he already knows that there has to be a person that would trailblaze through the entirety of Euphorius, which was Phynon, being like the deliverer. So the deliverer was like the trailblazer previously. And then him reaching the end and then destroying everything and creating a new, which that part was finality. And then creating the new part after was like the trailblaze. And then, you know, the the cycles and Euphorius happening over and over and over and whatnot. And then yeah, but since now it's not Finon, it's the actual Trailblazer. For him it will be different because since he's like actual Trailblaze and not just Finon like just being like the deliverer, like like I don't know how to explain it. Like he represented Trailblaze, but he wasn't true Trailblaze like worthy if that makes sense. Because at the end he was just like destruction. So like I said even before that, he's like the equivalent to Nanook. Okay, so now back to this Iranian Trailblaze thing. So the Trailblaze, what I think is gonna happen, because again, I think Lygus is creating like a simulation of like the whole universe of a person trailblazing through and then finality happening and then a new world becoming real, which is exactly what's happening within the real universe, like outside Euphorius. So, um, yeah, so the Trailblazer does all that, and then at the end, he's gonna write the new story. And while he's writing the new story, that's when Cyrene is going to marry, or like quote unquote marry humanity, or again, quote unquote humanity. But it will be the people within Euphorius. And then when the Trailblaze is finished, and then he writes it like into reality, that it becomes like a new world, then Cyrene will sacrifice herself to make all the people inside Euphorius become real so they could live inside like not like inside within like the real universe. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. That's why I think she's finality. Because she's gonna do the exact same thing as Elysiai. She will sacrifice herself to make the people in Euphorius real. So then, when the Trailblazer is done and writes it into reality, then the real Euphorius will be out in the universe, and then the people within it will be able to survive and live in the real world or in the real universe, which the people would be like Tribiagalai, like the Chrysosairs, and of course, all the other people. But yeah, that's basically what I think is gonna happen at the very end, and that's why I think uh, Cyrene has two different paths: the playable one, which obviously is remembrance, and then the story is finality, exactly like how Rappa is. But yeah, okay. That's basically kind of my new theories all summed up. And then I elaborated and on some of my old ones in case anyone new watching or other people forgot or whatever. But yeah. But yeah, my most deranged one to date yet, March being polka. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm just gonna be right. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this now.
Time to
I am
log
ready to
off.
do it. I need
I
to change
mean,
my team first.
head back.
Oh yeah, that's right. They give you a how much do they give you anyway? Oh, by the way, now that I'm also on this, this is very short, and then I'm gonna continue with the story. I didn't even know there was like, well, everything has lore to it, but I didn't know this was like real, like serious lore, because this is the anomaly attribution. Yeah, that that's like the new whale endgame mode, because only whales are gonna be able to beat that. But that's besides the point. Um, the lore behind the whole anomaly thing actually has to do with the equilibrium. That I did not know. I would have just figured that somebody just created this, almost like the pure friction thing, just a creation and then like stories within it. But this actually has to do with equilibrium. So this is probably like a whole like like balancing type thing that they're trying to do, like balance the universe. But to Hoyo verse, it would be balancing people's wallets because bro, only whales are gonna be able to do that, bro. Oh yeah, they actually added this. Uh, well, were these added from before? I feel like these were new, like recently, and then this one, of course, is new. In this update. Oh, that's good though. It actually lets you get it, even though it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And then oh yeah, and then Pom Pom also gives you. And then she gives you a dice. Oh, these are for the substats when you're rolling. Actually, what is the story like when you read this? What does this say? Oh, this also has to deal with equilibrium. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, oh damn, dude. Sometimes I feel bad for Pom Pom, man. He's just there, just stuck on the Astro Express. Oh, speaking about Pom Pom, um, I actually had this other theory that that Pom Pom is actually like the emanator of Akavelli, because I think when Akavelli went into the new cycle of the universe, which is obviously this one with the Trailblazer, something obviously didn't go right. So then he ended up giving half of his power to Pom Pom, and then Pom Pom. I think that's why Pom Pom has to stay on the Astro Express, because she's like bounded to the Express because the Express represents Trailblaze. And since something happened to Acavelli, we don't know what yet, but obviously something did happen because he didn't finish his Trailblaze, uh, like whatever his Trailblaze quest was, he didn't finish it yet. So, yeah, at least that's what I think. He gave half of his power to Pom Pom, so that in the event that something happened, which it did happen, we just don't know what the thing happened, or what the thing was that happened, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, so she's like bounded to the Astro Express because Acavelli gave half of his power, which will most likely make her the emanator of the Trailblaze. Okay, before I even start the story also. Ooh. I kinda like that like little music in the beginning. Yeah. New whale mode. Ridiculous.
Play nice. Vital leap forward.
Deja.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Oh, I just realized. This test run is also premium team. Bro, they need to stop doing this whole premium stuff. This is getting ridiculous. Not everybody has all these people. Whether it's like players that be losing like 50-50s or older players that's just coming back or even newer players. Because people are gonna assume that the trial character is gonna be like just as strong with every other team, and that's not gonna be the case because these are the premium teams. I don't know why they keep doing this. Especially if they're not rerunning the premium team with the new characters, then that just defeats the whole purpose. That genuinely doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it.
Please open up. Show me the way.
Whoops, wrong one.
This big
I'll be there.
I pressed the X one because I usually have highest sims in the third spot. That's why I usually have all my healers in the third spot.
Stop messing around.
They're lost. Have some sunshine.
Don't worry. Just close your eyes.
Ooh, that's cool. Man, I think she's the first one to ever do something like that. Because when you're in Castrus domain,
Stop stressing. You have me.
usually nothing else can change it. But she's the first one that can actually make it rain. So technically it's changing it.
Night falls. Good night.
Wow,
Rise and shine.
that's pretty cool.
May death protect us.
Time for some sweet dreams. Again. Till we meet again.
Life is not so built here.
But I still don't even have Memo. I just realized that.
Nature is so may the way.
Next time it rains, I'll be there. Umbrella in hand.
You.
Embrace a new life. May this dispel the gloom, restore the skies. Me. Return to dust.
messing around. Your time to shine. Rise and
Proxy
shine.
war.
Guide with the rainbow bridge. Have some sunshine. May jets protect us.
Alrighty.
Take a look.
Dude, I wanted to play
This is
earlier
pure
also,
genius in
but
action.
the download in this was like, oh
Let's
my
wait
god,
and
dude.
see.
It was horrible. This thing took forever to download. It took almost like 40 minutes. Like, damn, bro. The PlayStation version was faster with the update. The whole thing took maybe like 10 minutes. But once I got inside the game and then it started downloading resources and stuff, bro, almost like 40 minutes. Like, what the hell?
Repay.
Why is Lucha here anyway?
Expand your thinking.
Time to twirl. Honored to meet me.
Should have put Jade.
Time to twirl. It's coming. Fighting the west wind. Away we go.
Curious, endless riddles. Nothing but a forest.
Time to twirl.
Do you know who?
This big diamond. It's all yours.
Helpless. Open sesame. Watch it crumble.
Watch closely. Time to twirl.
Never seen. Expand your thinking.
It's fighting the west wind. Away we go.
Curiosity, endless riddles. Nothing but a forest.
Time to twirl. Time to twirl.
Helpless. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
Time to twirl.
Oh, whoops.
Impressive.
Eternal
Aye,
sleep.
aye.
Dead return.
Nah, that didn't kill him.
What do you hit? Please, wait a sec.
The smell of sin. Recount.
Commencing support. Hope I don't mess up. I'm on it! Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
By the will of the Ten Lords decree, hereby ordained. This is serious. I shall be the judge.
Cleaning up now! Sorry. We have the upper hand. Ready for another? I'm on it! Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Still recount.
Let's start today cleaning up now!
By the will of the Ten Lords decree, hereby ordained. This is... I shall be the judge.
Hope I don't miss. I'm on it!
Alrighty. Oh, I just realized. Where's the reward guide? Ooh. It shows you exactly. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, down on. Thank God we get him for free. Cause on this account I don't have, well, besides Geopar, but Geopar don't count. He's a standard. But I don't have no 5-star preservation. Oh yeah, and again, he don't count either. Talking about like characters that you actually pull for, like Fushuan and Adventurine. No, I think that's it. Only those two.
Everyone's a customer.
Oh my god, dude, I hope I
No
don't
manners,
lose
huh? Who will it be?
the 50-50 on this
Lance at the
also.
ready.
And I hope I don't also get Fushuan.
Happy New Year!
Even though, I don't know. I need more preservations, obviously, so.
Give these trailblazers your blessing.
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze. Flaming lance! Forward!
Who invited you?
Oh yeah, now that I see that, when I was doing the other account, and I was beating Bellabog, I actually like Stell's version more of the preservation power. I think that animation is better.
Spirit be gone.
And then all the other stuff. Well, all the other stuff is the same thing, which is kind of weird. I wonder why they stopped doing that. Because destruction, both of them is different. The male version is better to me. The preservation is different. Stell's is better to me. But then harmony, they're both the same. And then remembrance, they're both the same. I wonder why they stopped.
Recount.
They stopped making it different.
Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
No amnesty for the Marstruck. I shall be the judge. By the order of the execute the Marstruck!
Our roots run deep to my heart's content.
Commencing support.
By the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks for the support.
Nap time.
Do you admit?
No amnesty for the Marstruck.
To be reborn.
Okay, now I did that. Now I need to change the team. Oh, that's the thing. Even though it's gonna be at the very end, but I remember the boss. I don't remember the elements or his weaknesses. I believe one of them is imaginary, I think. But it's that Judiciar enemy, that weird ass looking thing. Which honestly, now that I think about it, that's probably like the Memo Sprite. Or like the Guardian of the third Titan Core Flame. Or maybe the Memo Sprite of the 13 Core Flame, which is the hidden one. The one that most likely represents the Ignomata. You know what?
We
I'm
can
just gonna
always
stay
fight
with
side
this.
by side, no matter the time.
There's the hyacinths.
Bree, have you ever seen a rainbow-colored...
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is another thing. I don't even know when in the hell I'm gonna start going for Saber. Actually, on my other account, I think I might start. On this account, I don't know. Because I want to try to get Evernight. Yeah, I'm on a 50-50. Even though I'm on a little streak, but, and I lost that. I got, Fushwan. I was trying to get Saridra. That's just purple. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. Time to see if I'm right. Oops. Yeah, I'm not skipping in this. I only skipped on YouTube because I already know the story of everything.
Once I return
But
this,
this I'm not taking a chance with the summary, because the summaries sometimes leaves like tiny pieces out of some stuff.
This Era Nova will be the arena for the final battle with Iron Tomb.
Iron Tomb.
But I still feel like something's not right.
Even though this cycle has no demigod of time, time has always stood on humanity's side.
Then, with this core flame blessed by the remembrance, respond to their hopes and blaze a trail to the future.
That's right, Polka. You tell them.
No one ever mentioned this. The core flame of time.
Ooh, oh damn. That early?
When did it get returned?
Ah.
You used Memoria to resist me.
Yes.
But did you not consider the possibility that the remembrance and their children might have taken this opportunity to join the fray as well?
Are you saying that Garden of Recollection is also getting involved in this unsavory mess?
Heard of.
Then
I mean, come
them.
on.
If the Memo Keepers can
You should have known
disrupt
that.
your little experiment of destruction, I'll give them a standing ovation.
But you know deep down that they can't. In fact, the Memo Snatchers will be more of a hindrance to you. The Memo Keepers covet Amphorius' secrets, just as they covet the knowledge of every genius. In the war between the eons, the Remembrance is never the Erudition's ally.
True.
But they are certainly not an ally of the destruction either. Right now,
Yeah,
following behind the
that is also
Trailblaze,
true.
numerous cosmic powers have cast their sights on Amphorius.
Dude, I
They
still
all have
wonder if
vastly different
Skrulum is
philosophies,
like one of the
and the desire
9
to survive
Xandar
will unite them
bodies.
against a common enemy.
But he's just like the good version. Like out of the 9.
Have their own end goals, waiting to seize an advantage in the war among the eons. The war has long begun, Skrulum. 4 paths will push the cosmos to its end, and the destruction is only one of them. Polka saw these ripples, but had no way of stopping them. So she founded Device 9. Dr. Primitive also took action, but he chose the wrong allies. And now only wild animals keep him company. As for the two inorganic
Hey, so she started
emperors,
that secret group
they
within,
could have ascended to the throne of destruction.
you
But
see?
they were
Hold on,
thwarted
let me
by
just... Yeah, you see? It wouldn't have said that in that. See, that's exactly why I'm not skipping this.
and became prisoners of the
Because
erudition.
they never mentioned that before.
What's interesting
She actually
is,
created that
while the
secret group
second emperor
within
had
the
a body
Nihility.
made of flesh and blood, he considered himself an inorganic being. Guess who was the one who influenced his thinking?
We have no interest in chatting about the past with you. Logic, you are stalling, which means you feel trapped.
Trapped. Yes, looking back, when Xandar was a human, he often felt trapped. But patience became my strongest weapon because of this. I've always waited for so long. What's a bit more waiting? You don't want to test the resolve of a dead man who's crossed thousands of amber eras.
Oh, you're right. We won't get anywhere the way things are going right now. Every member of the society has their own way of thinking. And we were never going to expand your thinking through words. Since we've reached an impasse in this debate.
It's my turn now, isn't it?
Oh, so that's how he shows up. Nice.
See.
Exactly. The benefit of dealing with intelligent individuals is that there's no need to waste words. The answer is exactly as you think. Lupai Sealand's in. Let her join the final act. I'll transmute myself into a Philosopher's Stone and embed myself into the formula. And when the time comes, she needs to shatter me and scatter that stone's ashes into the ocean within the vortex.
So what exactly does your formula
Genius,
do?
bro. Genius. He's gonna end up being
Now that would spoil
number
the climax,
number
wouldn't
85 of the Genius Society.
I have 10,000 ways to torture an anti-Catheran. And in the flame chase journey that
I also
he
wonder if he's also
experienced,
part of the
the
Nine.
previous me already discovered the optimal
Since
solution.
basically he's supposed to be a replica
Just
of
as that
Xandar.
Titan made themselves at home in my brain, I can also fuse myself with your avatar through alchemy. I didn't know until I tried it, but this is simply brilliant. I can flip through a genius's databank like reading a book. Then, I will step onto the stage at the perfect moment and use the truth to end this long debate. And just as always, I'll leave the audience speechless.
You waited in the data stream for hundreds of years?
This universe is worth all that time that I invested.
How absurd. But I can't help but admire it. You managed to avoid the watchful eye of the erudition and plan all of this within Amphorius. It seems that there was a slight oversight in my assessment of the experiment. Perhaps there was more than just one oversight.
More than just one?
I underestimated the Remembrance's methods. A third party is about to join our discussion. Still haven't noticed it. In the past few moments, we've all forgotten something,
Cyrene is not there,
haven't we?
right? Is that what it is?
Miss Cyrene
Yeah.
disappeared.
I thought no one would notice me if I just waited at a corner of the memory zone. But I see that wasn't enough to fool you, my dear.
Bro, I feel like even if I ask her, she's not gonna say anything.
Looks like you're no longer that surprised to see me. Even though I am an uninvited guest. Only you can see me right now. I only exist in your cognition. So that way, other people can't interrupt us.
But I just realized, I hope the audio's fine. To me, it sounds perfect. I know that all the other times, to me, it sounded perfect, but then I would rewatch the streams. In some parts, it would be good, and then others would, like, be, like, too loud or echoed or whatever, so... A testing private stream on YouTube, because I can't do it on Twitch, it will be live. But, yeah, I went through all the first games. All of them would be good. With Wu, I'm not sure. Hopefully that one is good also. And then, yeah, all the other games after that. I had to do that on the fly. But yeah, I just hope. It sounds perfectly fine. Some stuff might be still a little too loud, I guess, but then, like, if I play, I literally cannot hear anything at all, so. But it shouldn't be exactly like, like ears bleeding type, like before.
Nowhere. It looks like you still aren't prepared for the worst. Your friend March 7th is no more.
Oh my god. She did the exact same thing as Sealy. But yeah, talking about that real quick. I actually do agree with this is YouTube channel. Well, there's multiple YouTube channels that talks about theories, but one of them talked about how Sealy basically almost represents March. That part I agree with. Everything else, no, because I still have my delusional theory that they're Polka. But anyways, they came out and said that they like almost are like not related, but they're basically like almost kind of the same, because with Sealy and Honka Impact 3rd, when stuff would happen that she couldn't handle it, then she created like a dark version, and then that dark version will, fight and do all the killing and other stuff. So, and this is basically the same thing. When March can't handle it, Evernight appears. And then Evernight does all the mass murdering or whatever that needs to be done. Hold on. Bro, what is happening? Oh no, I'm still live. Bro, I don't know why my thing, like, keeps on freezing. I know it's not the stream, because every time I refresh it, it's still fine. Well, as long as that stays the same, then that should be good. But dude, that's annoying. Because every time I keep looking to my left, I'm thinking, like the whole stream is messing up.
It's just like what she predicted. The truth shook you. Just like she said it would. March 7th entered this world long before you and Don Hung arrived at Amphorius. She embraced the path of remembrance to save
Wait, hold
you
on.
too.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. It said March 7th in quotations.
And burned away.
Interesting.
Like a lone candle in
Interesting.
the fog. And I am the shadow cast by her candlelight. I've been hiding within the cracks of time all these years. It isn't easy to deceive a genius, but I can do it. I'll now answer your other question about who returned the core flame of time in this cycle.
Mrs.
The answer
Irene.
is simple.
Irene.
No one ever did.
Okay, well, that's not simple. No, I did not know it. Oh, but that's clever though.
As sharp as you would definitely figure out that something's wrong.
No, I actually I did not. Surprisingly, I didn't.
To proceed, you will remember our initial meeting, and I'll be able to open the way for the remembrance and reach this place. Thank you for carrying this core flame all the way to the end of the world. I expected nothing less from March 7th's trusted friend. And now, I shall claim the divine authority of time. The divine authority isn't actually all that important. What's important is that I will use it to participate in the inner workings of this world. You already have a good idea of what the Aranova does, right? It initiates extrapolations for the next cycle, based on the World-Bearer's memories. This immutable experimental mechanism is the key to the genius's resistance against Iron Tomb. And now, I'll be lending it just a touch more help.
So are you gonna steal it completely?
Keep the appropriate seeds, and discard the rest. That way, we'll be able to complete an Aranova that this world has never before seen. It won't take too long.
Okay.
You just need to step into the reign of sensation.
I mean, that does make sense.
I'll tell you who deserves
if you want a
to
true
be
ending.
forgotten, and who deserves to be remembered. With your memories as the base material, I will recreate the cause and effect of this world, and let a flawless Amphorius be born from the chaos. Isn't the fate of the entire cosmos hinged upon this fight? Then this is the best way to ensure everything works out. It will most certainly defeat the destruction, while composing an unforgettable chapter for the Trailblaze. I'm not surprised at your answer. But I don't need your trust right now. If a new life is to be born, its seed has to be dead. March 7th made a wish to me before she disappeared. Her only wish was for the Trailblaze's journey to continue, without an end. I'll definitely fulfill that small wish for her.
Jeez. Okay. This, okay, this is starting to sound a little bit like a Stellaron type, thing. Because I know I said this before also, that I don't think the Stellarons are necessarily, bad or evil. I think they just fulfill someone's true desire by any means necessary. So when Belobog was sent into the Eternal Freeze by the Stellaron is because I forgot who it was. I literally just did the quest also. Oh, Alyssa Rand. She wanted what you call it? She wanted Belobot to like what's it called? Because they were going through that war.